Hello friends, I'm sure having a fabulous day. Well, the last time we talked about competition. Today we'll talk about ambition. What about ambition? Is it different? Is it a higher form of competition? Or is it better than competition? Definitely not, certainly not. So, is it different from competition? A very certain yes. As different as cheese and chalk. You can compare this, you can draw an analogy between competition and ambition using sports. It's like comparing a team sport to an individual sport. When you come to talking about a team sport, say soccer, maybe basketball, the sport is about doing better than the other team. It's possible that team B does miserably and team A just does marginally well, but still team A succeeds. It's branded as a successful team. But when it comes to an individual sport like swimming, it's about how you better yourself compared to the previous time you swam. Have you broken your previous record? Have you increased the benchmark? That's what is an individual sport like that. Quite like that, competition is simply about being more successful than the others, while ambition is about better than what you were earlier. So, if you look at an ambitious leader, say a CEO, he makes the entire process very, very cohesive. He does the job of delving into himself. He delves into himself. He scans himself. He rummages through the various layers of his psyche, of his personality, and develops them and tries to fill up tiny loopholes in such a way that he ends up developing an enduring set of skills. The skill sets would include life skills as much as technical and work skills. And mind you, people are watching him. They see the effect of his endeavors. Trust me, it's a very infectious process. People who are watching him get infected, and overall it leads to a very, very, very comprehensive improvement process, and everybody around him improves. A CEO like this doesn't depend on external factors. An ambitious person is totally driven by his internal forces. He has a very strong internal feedback system. He is a very winsome leader who's always on the lookout for skills, people with skills who are in line with him, possibly who are on the same page, and he works with them for a common mutual goal. And he works spreading a lot of camaraderie, a lot of friendliness, and that's how he works. Coming to his take on the market, it's distinctly different from that of a competitive leader. He has a much decent view of the market, much more than marginal, but it's nowhere near his level, the level of understanding that a competitive leader could have. He's not focused too much towards the market orientation. He has a design which is very individualistic, which is not market oriented. So it's overall an extremely winsome process, and it's very internally driven. When you think about these characteristics, who comes to your mind? Steve Jobs? Yes, definitely. Narayan Murthy? Sis? Or Bill Gates? Possible. Why not? Having said all this, is everything hunky-dory here? Well, an ambitious person is a tad too lethargic when it comes to understanding the intricacies of the market. he often misses out on who is innovating. He's so internally driven that sometimes he misses out on those minor external factors. Say for example, let's take an example. You have suppose 3 IT companies. One of them, who's our ambitious leader, is focusing more on healthcare and manufacturing process, whereas his competitors have moved into banking and financial sectors, which is more conducive for innovation as far as IT sector goes. So his competitors race ahead in terms of market share, maybe in terms of market placement too, maybe even in terms of profit margins, simply because they have taken up a sector, an industry, which involves more innovation, hence things move faster. Whereas our ambitious leader is more driven by what he feels is right. So, in a nutshell, what is important is not what you are, whether you're competitive or whether you're ambitious. Both are enduring qualities that have to be developed. What is important is how you perceive yourself, how you judge yourself, and how you feel where you fit in. And that's where lies the crux of the whole matter. So, wishing you the very best at this wonderful delving and this wonderful discovery of yourself.